aggressive style peeking towards connector, making the short jump, trying to get the first kill over the smoke. We see Smooth did that play a lot. You can peek towards pallets, push towards apartments, try to get the first frag for your team. Or you can play more passive. You can give up middle, you can play further back, you can play towards window, fall back towards connector for a second, go back towards ticket booth, holding for connector, holding for a ramp as well, or you can fall back towards kitchen, hold short. There's so many more passive angles you can play on this map on the CT side, so I feel like it does lend towards Lazar a little bit more.
Well, the thing is as well, exceL obviously have their classic play named after them. Their in-game leader, Jacob, has the B contact play, the JChem.
There's actually a play on this map, on the T side, named after the RGL and captain from the exceL side, and it's where you walk up B apartments. What is it? You wait for... well, I think
it's a contact B take.
Yeah, but Jacob pins a flashbang.
Yeah.
So as soon as you walk, get spotted, he throws the flashbang. You turn, jump out while the flashbang explodes. Anyway, smoke. Is that a smoke grenade or was that a decoy? I believe it was a smoke towards window. Oh, and he lands it too. Composure early on, and here comes the play towards B.
Connor seeming to be leading the charge here as he wants to go for those entry frags. He's been very effective throughout the series, really stepped it up after the first couple of rounds of map 1 on Inferno. Can he live the damage and start to work his way through and chip at them on map 2?
And here comes the flashbang. It's the Jacob play itself, bringing it into the first round here.
Bringing the Jacob out. Let's see if it is going to work, though, as it's named after their IGL. Trials in the elevated angle, but it's residential damage. Actually, the in-game leader starts to lead by example. Trials gets a double as well, as exceL had no idea what was occurring. Jacob's late to rotate over as he was stationed quite far back. He will arrive, but his teammates are already down. He's waiting for a bloodbath, and Red Snake gets another frag. That's a hat-trick coming out for Red Snake. And he's read it correctly.
Finally, we're hearing the screams and chants coming out from nearLane. This is the momentum and the style of CS we want to see coming out from Infused. The very high-skilled and high-caliber plays. One of the issues right now for exceL is if the players on Infused step up into this game, you've got so many players right now on that team. MCK, Aaron, Fry1 especially. These are players that if they step up, they can easily drop to 30+ kills.
They're a triple threat, right? All of these players have been contenders for some of the best aimers we've seen in the UK at times. Aaron especially.
MCK is probably the best. MCK is probably the best aimer in the UK right now. Obviously, Link on CX is challenging him, but of course, it's a much more up-and-coming player. And the play comes towards B as they find the first.
Going to push their way through, try and slip in towards that B bomb site. They do lose the first man. It's all out aggression. It's only for the bomb plant here for exceL. That's all they really want to gather from this round, but they're actually doing more than that. They're chipping away at the CT side defense nodes, and they've gained site control. Sure, Fry finds one frag, but he's blind and forced to fall back.
Yep, low HP down to Fry and Trials. Bomb plant going towards short. We have Jacob coming in from short as well, so the bomb is planted for one of the T players. Here comes the retake.
Push starts to come through. Lazar still doing damage. This actually could be their round. Lazar with a hat trick. Goes massive with a Tech 9. He's got incredibly fast fingers.
Oh, he does indeed. Let's see if it's fast enough to get them 2 on the board and actually reset fully the money coming out from Infused. It's going to be forcing up into round number 3. It's going to be the scout play onto Red Snake. No Kevlar though for him just yet. Oh, whoa, was that in jump peeking?
Yeah, that was on the jump phase towards B.
Fast reactions and fast fingers coming out from the players on exceL.
That's why the women love Team exceL.
Oh, they love it. Get your boasties on. Anyway, it's going to be Jacob there with the Mac 10 SMG for poster. 3 rifles as well to finish off the rest of the T-buy. And for Infused, it's going to be the scout. Upgraded pistols and the UMP there onto Fry1. So, first look at the CT buy. What's missing, Jack?
Well, you have a look through there, Snods. It seems like there's no kits.
There's no kits indeed. So if the retake does happen and the bomb is planted by exceL, things could definitely go south for the Infused lads.
Could do indeed. As soon as they get that bomb plant down. They've already gone 1-1. This is reminiscent of the start of Inferno once again. These teams not being able to connect rounds together. Windansky is just waiting for the bush to come towards him as well if they do try and take ramp control. The only player lurking towards that A bomb site is they want to try and go for a late play towards that B site. B will be starting to back off now. So
far, both rounds, they're trying to go towards B. Jump throw bind will grant the mid-window smoke just about. Use that lurk in there. It's going to be Fry1 lurking towards left side window. The idea is once that smoke fades, he repeats from an off angle. Nevertheless, the mid control now for the T side is they're going to be eventually splitting towards B, but MCK is trying to get the first kill and try and isolate the bomb.
Boaster with a re-smoke towards window as well, so they're going to use that utility incredibly sparingly as they actually do get these smokes out. Slowly make their play through as well towards B. Windansky is going in, and he has the bomb. It relies on his teammates trying to draw the face towards them, gather the attention, and find the opening kill, so Windansky can slip in when he's unnoticed. Boaster will find the opening kills, takes down Mick. The scout of Red Snake reigns supreme, though, as he trades back towards. Boaster gets the tag on towards Windansky, but couldn't quite punish him just yet. Aaron is there with the deagle, but can he roll back the years?
1-man advantage, but making an equalized scoreline, and in terms of the manpower as well, it's going to be the 2 versus 2 lurk speed there for Connor. Eventually will go down. It's going to be Jacob now at 1 versus 2.
Oh, this could be an exact repeat of Inferno as they get reset by the opposite team every time. As Jacob goes down, Fry finds the frag with the SMG. That's a nice bit of cash in his bank. That's a defuse as well. exceL are going to be kicking themselves.
Deja vu. from Inferno as the scoreline's going to go 2-1. Exactly the same scenario. Infused win the pistol, exceL win the force bar with the Tech-9s towards the B-bomb site, and again, Infused are going to take it off the back of the pistols.
Honestly, though, the thing is, it still kind of favors exceL in some fashions. They're getting the bomb down every time, whereas Team Infused, it's a very weak, sustainable economy on that CT half. It can break fairly easily.
Yeah, we saw this exact same scenario happen where it was 2-1. exceL went for the full eco. They had no Kevlar, and they still won the round on Inferno. Obviously, a repeat with that would be potentially unlikely. Try one spots players towards, but not going to reface, then give away the first kill again. We saw a man advantage from exceL in the last round. Let's see if they're going to make that same mistake.
Pushing out early, but Jacob gets spotted out by Trials. He just rips him to shreds with that Kalashnikov. It's an easy spam to send him hitting the DECK.
Big issue here for exceL is they need to get 8 to 10 rounds on their T side. Their CT side is notoriously weak. If this goes to 3-1 and then Infuse win their first bar and make it 4-1, maybe 5-1 versus the Eco or Quasi-Buy, that could already spell the end here for exceL, as long as they keep the same CT size they've had so far.
Frying going to spot out Lazar as well towards short, so any chance of exceL really getting the upper hand on Team Infused into this round is dwindling away. Boaster's in the backline with a Deagle. Could pull out a potential dirty frag if he finds someone with their back turn, really just biding his time right now, but the pressure gets to him, struggling to connect those shots. Trials will just bound through like an acrobat, eventually find the kill with the AK.
He probably would have landed 3-1 Deeks there if you're streaming.
It's always, mate, always with a boaster.
Round number 5. Buy's going to come in from the T side, you'd hope so anyway, as they're 4,000, 5,000 across the board in terms of their economy. So far, 3 AKs bought on the gfiL. Lazar actually buys Kevlar, so he could have went for, oh no, I think he's been dropped an AWP then. Oh no, he's been dropped to gfiL, so he could have afforded to buy an AK. Instead, he's going to go for the gfiL drop. It's going to be 3 AKs, 2 gfiLs for the T side, and for the CT side Infused, it's going to be the 1 UMP onto Aaron and 4 rifles to finish off the rest of the buy. Now they have kits and full utility. A big round for Infused to win. Reset that money again, go to 4-1. Play versus the Quasi-Buy. You're looking at a potential 5-1 scoreline and a 4-round advantage. If this round goes in their favor already, the contract play, the flashbang comes in.
Very commanding position being used by Aaron here. He plays up close and personal, but he goes down immediately. Connor lands the flick shot, headshot. Connor doubles it up as well as he starts to roam through and reigns supreme right now as they grab site control. A tenacious attack has been mounted by exceL as they have secured it. They can block off all the lines of sight with these smokes, go for a fully commit to the smoke, and Connor, talking about smokes, he's running like Mystic Meg right now as he flicks through, had complete composure and finds that kill. Red Snake will dome Jacob, but it's already too late.
Again, another massive 3K entry towards one of these sites from Connor. The entry fragger here stepping up massively, exactly when exceL need him. It's going to be the 4 players staying alive so far for the T side. Already 1 exit kill has been found. MCK now towards CPL. Lazar going to be peeking in. If he finds the kill, it'd be crucial to cause the full eco into round number 6 potentially, but who knows. Connor gets stinked up as well. MCK is going to go for the reface, trying to get the pre-fire on.
God, it's incredibly aggressive here from Mick, really pulling out all the stops as he run the risk. Gets tagged out to 10 HP, the bomb is going to go off. He has to just try and hunker down, slips back through, just hide towards window now. No need to run any more risks, just hold it back. Boaster can't spot him out, can't quite get to him in time, and he will get through with that 1 M4.
So remember, that was the first full buy of this half, and it goes in favor again from exceL. If you're an Infused fan and you want the boys in red to go and make it top 4, you don't want the same scenario where these full buy rounds are just so weak coming out from Infused. Either they get too aggressive or they play too passive. They need to find a middle ground where you have confidence on your players, but they don't give away early kills to Lazar's AWP.
Yeah, they need to just try and tone it down a little bit. The things as well, it's going to be interesting how exceL actually switch up later on into the game when they get to their CT half respectively. The difference maker that we saw in Inferno, where they've definitely been putting some more groundwork into it, is the setups, where they went for the double AWP setup. Now, are we going to see something reminiscent of that? Get Connor on that secondary AWP, play 2 to a site. They'll then have more potential in actually locking down the sites early. Infused might not be used to a play like that, so a lot of potential things that could be switched up for exceL here. Definitely looking,
side,
yeah, they're looking like they've definitely started to put a lot more work on just basic setups and actually restructure the team into a more favorable position.
Yeah, I feel like for Connor, last week, bringing in the AWP and adding that to his play, definitely stepped up their CT side defense. Having the AWP on B short, and not just Lazar's AWP towards window, connector, and ticket booth towards CT allows the AWP to have more of a presence towards the whole map, catching players left, right, and center off guard towards middle as they're trying to charge up from short and even towards B-apps as well.
Well, it's just an extra layer of protection they've got, an extra safety net to try and close these rounds out. But it's obviously a heavy investment. We're going to have to wait and see. That is going to be in the future right now. Let's get back to the present.
Present is round number 6. Give a 5 AK buy coming out from exceL once again. No AWP for Lazza so far into this half, but so far they haven't really needed on the buy rounds already. The first frag comes in favor of Infused, and that was the play I was mentioning, right? Not too aggressive, not too passive, but confidence plays there as they do find the first.
You can try and go for a couple of tempo plays now and then. You have to switch it up a little bit, play with a flow. A play like that, where you get the opening frag, then back off, is very, very nice.
It is indeed. Dink. Landing onto Lazza. Only 3 HP for him. It's going to be the 5 M4 buy for Infused. Let's see here. 1 at 50 on the clock. Bomb towards back T-spawn. B. T-spawn towards top mid as well. Low HP onto Lazza and the Mantis advantage run out for exceL as they're trying to work their way up through short. Eventual B split going to be coming in, but are Infused ready for this? And so far, exceL have slipped their way through short. They're not ready for it.
They're not. Red Snake's not watching the right angle. Boaster instantly reacts, but luckily enough he finds the frag. There was no trigger discipline, but there doesn't need to be as Boaster goes big with the double kill. Starts to raise your boasties as he's doing damage. Fry is in position, ready to rattle away from Kitchen right now, ready for the push to come towards him, but it all starts to slow down. Gets a little bit of tag from the fire as well, as they are left in a 3 versus 4 retake, and the call has been made to save already. They know they can't run the risks, Nods. This is not looking great. It's going to equalize the scoreline at a 3-3. exceL, they're going to have a bit of hype off that as well.
Awful communication coming out from Infused. They didn't give away the scenario that actually the play towards short could happen. They could even boost it towards window as well and gone unscathed and unnoticed, and they did even better flank towards the B bomb site. Nevertheless, though, the flank did come in. It's going to be 3-3 now as exceL win 2 bar rounds on the trot.
Things with that as well, right? We're seeing Fry still consistently doing work, more so now where he's playing to his strengths, where he's going for the early peaks, then falling back. But it's not the triple threat either. The normal triple threat we see from Team Infused is Fry, Aaron, and Mick. They're always working together as a unit, constant Wolfpack style plays, really just firing from all cylinders and dealing damage. They dispatch everyone with their on point, but it's not even 2 of them firing at the right times. It seems that they're staggered. You see Aaron get a play, then Aaron tapers off. You see Mick get a play, then Mick tapers off. No one's really working together anymore.
Round number 7. As the buy comes in again for Infused. They're going to force around the saved guns they had on the last one. Actually, are they? Aaron's going to buy utility and a kit. Oh yeah, so UMPs and 5.7s are bought up. And here we go. 3-3 to score, and if exceL win this and reset the money, they're going to get a 4-3 advantage, a one round advantage, but then you've got to look at the bigger picture. They'll reset the money from the CT side and force potentially an eco or a quasi-buy, and that's where they could easily have the 5-3 lead on the T side already. And they're getting ever so close to that 9, that 8 round buffer they definitely need, flipping over to the CT side.
A bit more aggression from Team Infused this time around. Going to go for the crossfire setup with Trials on the close angle. I'm going to support him here as they hold for the push to come through, but there's no real play towards A. It's just a lurker Windansky once again. Looking like they are setting up to go for that B play with a mid-smoke from Windansky.
Once again, I'm going to be lining up the smoke towards middle, towards window at that. exceL, whenever we cast from the T side of Mirage, it feels like they love to go for the late takes towards middle. They hold for the pushes across the map. They play the default. They wait for any aggression from the CT side, and then they take control of the map. Flash comes in towards connector, smoke towards window, and now Jacob towards underpass. Should be the smoke off connector, and now they have potential for the split towards B. You see the Molotov comes in towards short. They're trying to mimic a burst towards connector, but obviously the flashbang there towards CPL, and now Jacob can flash towards short as well. Here comes the split towards B. Again, it's down to MCK and Red Snake.
Mick peeks out, but he actually had the potential this time. Red Snake wasn't aware of it last time, but Mick, he is on the ball as he starts to find the frags, but unfortunately will fall as Boaster does damage. A double entry, just repeating history as he takes control of that B bomb site. Fry is there, but you can see he has no chance to just charge in. He has to wait for his teammates to rotate over, but they are actually going to commit for the play this time. They run the risk.
Aaron has the kit. It's definitely some potential here for Infused. Flashbang comes in, gonna go for the jump one through the window. Jacob's ready for it though.
Jacob holding the close wall, but he actually gets overwhelmed as they push through, but Lazza and Windansky find the headshots. Trials, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually just backs off. He's way too late. He's arrived and everyone else has already been kicked out of the party, and the bouncer is at the door.
Trials gonna be saving the M4 into the next one. Scoreline's gonna go 4-3. He's gonna hear some players saving. He needs to keep this M4 into the next round. His team's going to be completely broke. He whiffs the spray completely. And there it is. Boaster finds the final one onto Infused. Oh. You can see, I mean, Neil's giving the right advice. He's saying, we have full control of A, and they do, but they're not rotating the third man towards kitchen. There's no players there towards short as well. If they wanted to try and aid the players towards short, if you go for an AWP buy into the next round here, the next buy round, that's going to be round number 9. This is round number 8, and it's going to be the Felica from the CT side, but you could go for the play where you play 1 B apps, 2 towards short, and you actually hold middle from B short so you're closer towards B apps, just in case the split comes towards B.
Reading the economy here as well, they're just going to go for a very fast tempo play, just sprint straight through, no set pieces being needed into this one, so they can keep that utility. They do lose 1 man towards close connector, so that's an AK going to be scavenged, depending or not if they actually do want to save that. No armor on these players, apart from Mick, so they can run the risk of just getting burnt through, losing these weapons, rinse and repeat right now, as it's not going to cost them that much to rebuy into the next round.
Of course, for exceL versus the Eco, they want to have 4, well, at this point, 4 stay alive, just to keep their economy afloat, affluent, so they can buy up and try and reset the money from Infused, just in case they do let one slip.
Yeah, Frag going to eventually grab that AK that was dropped towards bottom mid, so we can now just back off as well. Save towards T-spawn. No one should really actively hunt for him towards there. They're going to be looking around the map, believing that he is towards A, so he won't get spotted out as time has already ticked away, and he will save the weapon.
He will indeed. So, Fry1's going to save the Kalashnikov into round number 9, and that could mean he can drop over an AWP as well. Key to if we can see their money right now into Fry1, if that's possible. So 2,500, they lost. Now going to be 4 on the trot, so they will get 2.9k. So yeah, if need be, he can drop over an AWP. 5,400 into the bank account for Fry1, so he can drop over an AWP, they can play for the double or even triple AWP if they want to. But I feel like the right play could be either the jump from window towards short and peek over that top mid smoke, try to find the first kill there. Play towards CPL short and have 2 players play towards the B apartments, play maybe a bait setup, have 1 player balcony, 1 player jump spot, and try baiting for that second player towards B apps, and have this AWP towards short to hold off and fend off mid. Let's see if exceL are going to go back to the old faithful B site, or they're going to try switch things up and catch Infused off guard towards A. No AWPs again into round number 9. It's going to be the 5 AK buy and the 4 M4 and 1 AK buy for the CT side, so no AWPs in play means we could be seeing an execute come out from exceL. Lazza getting aggressive towards apartments, trying to see if he can find the first frag, see if he can see someone jump spotting just as Connor did in the earlier portion of this first half. Bomb still towards top mid. You can see now when Dansk is going to be leaving the A side, so it's looking like once again, smoke towards window, get Jacob from underpass towards connector, smoke off connector, Molotov off short, flash themselves into CPL, take control of short, and then flash up short and go back to their bread and butter, which is the B splits.
Nice set piece in play right now. They are trying to go for it once again, but this time Aaron actually switches it up. He goes for the connector face. Normally that smoke goes out, no one can actually peek out, but Aaron changes it up.
Yep, change of pace there from Infused, catches a player off guard. It's given the man advantage now for the CT side. Jacob coming in towards underpass again. Smoke comes in towards connector, and now they're going to rinse and repeat their default, but somehow, some way. Has he been dinged up? What is that? Aaron onto low HP, goes for the reface, actually gives away the advantage you earlier found.
Mick, though, hunkered down as well, but he is just trapped in there. The flashbang goes in for the blindness! Mick, more like Daredevil right now as he's fighting even though he's blind, rips his way through both of them and sets them back into the round. exceL only have Jacob and Lanza left, and look how low they are. They're going to be limping around the battlefield. The bomb is miles out of their reach, Nod. This round is as good as done.
Marvelous play there towards B short. Let's see now, 2 versus 4, and MCK is low. Of course, so far he's done the damage he needed into the round. He found the massive 2K while blind to grant Infused a chance here. I say a chance, there's 10 seconds left. The bomb's down towards CPL. There's no chance right now for exceL to take this one.
Oh, Jacob not spotted out the player.
There we go. 4-5 now, only 1 round separated these 2 teams. That would have been a massive round as well for exceL to win. Break the bank again, get to 6, play versus the Eco, get to 7, and at that point you're 1 away from winning the half.
And here's what's scary. exceL, their dominant side is their CT half. No, sorry, their dominant side is their T half. They at their weakest when they're on CT. And right now only getting 5 rounds with you starting to clutch at straws and work their way back through and actually get close to taking them neck and neck. It's scary. exceL needs to have a very dominant half here and work their way through with a commanding lead to have a chance on their CT half.
Corner trying to thread the needle through that gap in the smoke, seeing if anyone's crossing towards jungle, but not yet. As soon as the play towards B doesn't work, they're going to change up the pace. And now they're going to be committing towards the A site, put in their grenades and get it ready for the eventual assault towards the A-bomb site.
We have that burst style play right now as they slowly work their way through. The peak comes out, Connor finds the opening frag as Lazza will return it. Trials does damage as well. The AK, Boaster finding the headshot. Boaster in position towards Sandwich. He starts to rip away with the AK-47. Tags up through the smoke. Fry is so low, but they're still going to try and react quite fast from this. The Molotov soaring in. All of the nades keeping them at base nods. They're going to be so confused about what is actually occurring into the round.
2 versus 2 now. Fry1 is low. They have kits on the CT side, so they can play the afterplan if they want to. But here it comes. Frag found by the HE grenade, and actually the spray whiffs. MCK on the 1 versus 1 versus Windansky has the kit, smoke, and control of the bomb.
He has that utility as he pre-fires out, trying to give his game away. Just play with him as he finds the headshot, takes down Windansky as they equalize it into a 5 versus 5. Windansky feeling the hype right now as he bobs up and down. You can see the emotion is there.
They need this win. They need top 4. Going into the Elite Series in the first weeks, we're expecting Infused to finish 7th or 8th. We didn't think they'll be in the running to even make top 4, and here they are. The Cinderella story as one of the UK teams battling out for that top 4 position. It's going to be the bye for the CT side, but the same can't be said, Jack, for exceL. It's going to be the Eco coming out from them. Only kevlar onto Luzza, and already the first. Ooh, you would have bet your house on that shot landing there for Fry1. It's still going to be the 5 versus 5.
That's the thing, and they're so heavily favoured. They have the rifles to play with, they have the effective arsenal. They can just try and chill out a little bit, take it a step back, and wait for the push to come towards them. exceL only have these measly pistols. They have to play in close angles. Whereas Infused just have to wait.
They do indeed. Connor trying to see if he can replicate the incredible shot he landed earlier. Trying to see if he can find the frag, but once again, Red Snake playing towards jungle. Jungle? Playing towards bench. And there we have it. MCK finds the first. The 1-man advantage right now for the CT side.
Oh, nice shot coming out from Nick there as he finds a very swift headshot back on towards Luzza. Connor has the deagle ready as well. He's getting ready to lay down the law here, Snods, and do a fair bit of damage. The backline stab from Boaster as well could be critical into the round. This actually could be the catalyst they need to kick it off as he tries to strike but gets spotted out by Aaron and he falls. That was everything they needed. Served off on a platter, but it gets knocked on the floor.
Such a good scenario right now for Infused. They're playing versus the Felica. Right now they're 5 alive. If they can keep 5 or 4 alive, build up their economy for the rest of the half, they could be able to have a buffer to be able to buy up continuously. Already Jacob finds 1. Quick trade there from Trials. Red Snake finds well, finds the clutch. Collins, Budansky last alive, and eventually will go down. 4 players staying alive. Nealim is screaming away. Happy as ever when they are winning the rounds because he knows how strong it is right now to have 4 alive, build up the economy. Well, I say that, but look at their money. 4,000 to Red Snake, 3,000 onto MCK. Which means if exceL win this one, only 2 players on the CT side will be able to buy. exceL now, this is another round where they could potentially reset their money and cause havoc for the CT side.
Just storm in, overwhelm them, use that crew up Wolfpack style of CS. It's going to actually be a straight A take as well. We haven't seen too much of this. They have the smokes to play with.
Sorry, I think they're going to smoke towards connector and jungle and leave stairs isolated. Let's see. I believe that is the connector smoke. We're about to find out as the grenades do land, and it's going to land, yeah. So outside connector and outside jungle. Let's see if they can still hold it off, though.
Right, swiftly doing damage from miles away. They're providing overwatch for his team. We'll find that opening kill on towards Connor, but the retaliation kill comes in from Boaster. Aaron is ready, though, to shut down Jacob, and look towards mid as well. There could be a potential backstab, as Red Snake spots out Wintansky. Everything is going wrong for exceL. Boaster has the round on his shoulders. He's got a double kill already, but he needs to try and do more, as he's left in a 1 versus 3. Fry is getting all of the tags. It's so easy for him to, if not weaken the opposition, but just blow them out of the server as he finds the headshot back on towards Boaster. 7 rounds now grabbed for Infused. No signs of slowing down. As soon as they got that momentum, they have just ran with it.
Poor smokes coming out from exceL. A massive gap there. Allowed Fry1 to get 2 kills through the gap of it and grow on a massive advantage for Infused into that round. As we go into round number 13, though, the present, it's going to be 4,000. Oh, I'd say 4,000. More like 3,500 across the board, which is just under what they need. To be able to buy Kevlar, AK is 3,700. If they want to buy a flashbang or a smoke grenade, it's going to be around $4,000. So they are 500 short of having a buy. This could easily be an eco coming out from exceL. Go for a Tech 9 quasi buy with Kevlar as well. Maybe go for a B execute, do the old Jacob towards the B bomb site. Nevertheless, though, if they do that, they're going to be giving away 8 rounds to Infuse. And once you get to 8, you've already won the half.
Look how somber it is, though, right now as they go for this pause. Obviously, Jacob, the only one that's really speaking, trying to get some kind of cohesion here, just try and work out what they actually want to do. Research what play they want to go for, obviously, into this following round, but there's nothing else. There's no input from everyone. It's very sort of deadpan right now. Even Ross just...
Who's even talk? Oh, I think they're going for... so there's a few things you can do when you pause. Obviously, 1, you can talk it out and think about what we want to fix and all that. 2, you can go for the speech of, come on, lads, we win this, you know, play that almost like Hollywood movie style. But anyway, there's also another style.
The Adam 5.
The old Adam 5. Oh my goodness, shout out to Adam exceL. Yeah. One of those types of chats. But another thing you can do when you pause is actually not talk at all. Keep things calm, because one of the things is you can easily bring forward your frustration into the comms, and taking a break from that could be what it needs. Fry1 goes to the first frag, actually legs up Boaster, going to go for the reface as well, but already a man's already down for exceL. Wait, what?
Jacob will actually find the frag back on the wards Fry, but Red Snake, with a little bit of support from Connor, will take down Boaster as they fall into a 3 versus 4.
Yeah. Shame there. It's going to be the 4 versus 3 and a 1-man advantage for the CT side. as we go into round number 13. Look at the buy now from the T side as well. Galil's for Windansky. They went for the risky buy here. They put it all on this. All on red, and it's looking like it's going to end up black. If this goes to 8 here, they're going to force a eco from exceL. This could easily be a 9-6 scoreline. And simply put, if they lose that pistol, this could be Infused making it to playoffs. So far, though, into this one, they're playing it slow. They're trying to see if the CTs will get aggressive and give away a kill.
Oh, Aaron with a peek out towards mid, takes down Jake M. Lazar is hoping that he is going to reface and try and take him down. Meanwhile, towards B, Windansky has actually slipped in. No one's aware of this, but he makes noise as he lands. And Mick will spot it out. They actually reposition the player towards short as well, so they can just find that frag so easily. They get both of the kills. neaLaM goes wild as Infused get that round on the board, because this has basically bagged him another one for free.
8-5 now, 3-round disadvantage for exceL. In the last game, I was talking about a 10-round deficit for Infused, and now the change of pace, the change of map, and it's looking like it's going to be, oh, I was going to say 9-5 then, but actually, exceL, they're not going to be conceding this one. I thought they were going to eco this one, allow Infused to 9 and play for that 9-6 scoreline, try to win the pistol, make it 9-9, and then go from there. Instead, though, Jack, they're going to be risking it once again. So, Tech9 there for Lazar, UMP for Boaster, Galil's onto Windansky and Connor, the AK. The only real player with the pure firepower is going to be Jacob, but no utility for him. As they're going to be going to the Old Faithful, the B-bomb site, but look at this now. MCK and Redsing, they've got the firepower. Before they had Deagles and 5.7s, now they have the M4s, the counter flashbangs. They should be able to hold this one off.
Look at all the nades going in. It's a very expensive take towards that P-bomb site as they slip their way through. They do get the opening frags, but Redsing towards short is doing damage with the AK-47. He starts to slay and send them all down. Windansky will eventually wind that kill to actually remove him from the equation. The bomb's down in an awkward location. They're basically out of utility as well. They only have a molly left on Lazar now, as it's him and Windansky. And they're outnumbered, Snods. The angles are in good positions, actually, from Team Infused, but they missed the opening shots. Windansky's able to get on the side, but he's waiting for the push to come towards him. Isn't messing about as he spots out Trials charging through, but he couldn't get a position to actually find the headshot towards him. He loses his teammate. The Molotov forces him out of location. Infused... Windansky gets the double spray down somehow! He goes huge into the round. They pick it up towards the towards that B-bomb site. That is ludicrous.
There's a 3 versus 1 then. Trials gives away that kill towards the back of default, and Sunny's a 1 versus 2, and they line up for Windansky's spray with the Galil. That's why you have the gun with 35 bullets. But that first kill that Trials gave away, obviously in the moment when the adrenaline's there, you're feeling it, you want to go and try and end it for your team, but unfortunately he actually just throws it. If he was alive there, that would have been the easiest trade kill in the world. But anyways, the MAC-10 now for Jacob. So even though they won that round, Jack, their money is still low. It's going to be Galil still for Connor, AKs, and M4s onto the remainder of the CTs on the T side. For the CT side, though, no ops just yet. It's going to be the 5 M4 setup right now.
That's such an impactful round to win, though, because exceL were basically giving away the final few rounds of the half. They were basically saying, you win the half, we don't have anything left to fight for at that point. But now it's going to be, you imagine, in the region of an 8-7, because exceL should be able to pick this one back up as long as they play to their strengths. Obviously, the MAC-10 on Jacob, though, is the downside.
exceL did not get the bomb down in the last round. Even though they won it, you can see a MAC-10 onto Jacob. If this was 9-5, it would have been a Tech 9 buy for exceL, and there should have been a 10-5 half on their CT side, and now they're just fighting to see if they can make it 9-6. Anyway, again, they've had so much success towards the B-bomb site. MCK and Redsing constantly giving up the site. Aaron out towards middle trying to find the first frag and give another advantage for his team.
Yeah, the smoke complementing him a little bit here. Doesn't block it off entirely, so he can peek towards top ledge and see if he can actually spot anyone out. Connor is barely wide-facing towards the boxes at top mid and won't get spotted. Windansky peeks in, but unfortunately Aaron will dispatch him, but there's the trade frag this time around.
Overstays his welcome, gives away the advantage. The 4 versus 4 now, but the MAC-10 is still into play. Jacob could go back and retrieve it, but it's looking like the short play will come. He's going to mimic a burst towards connector here. He can even go towards jungle if he wanted as well. Try to come in from the rear and get the flank on.
There's an M4 right next to him as well, but he didn't want to go for the pickup. Disregards it completely as he has to be speedy into the round as they restructure their attack. Gonna reposition, send their attack towards that B-bomb site. They find the opening kill as Lazar will take down Fry. That's critical. He's one of the massive impact frags into the late round that does damage. Mick stays alive though, but he's so low. Snods catches out the side of Jacob and will force him to hit the deck. It's all on Trials. They want to go for the bomb plan. It has to happen now. Connor with a flick takes him down. It's an 8-7 half. It should have been Infused getting 10-5, but it did not go down like that.
It did indeed. A massive 3 versus 1 from Windansky is going to grant exceL 8-7 scoreline on the T side. If they win the pistol here, they could easily make this one 11-8. And at that point on their CT side, you could be looking at potential upset here.
That takes skill as well there from Ross.
What do you do?
Drink from the side of your mouth whilst you've got the microphone on.
That is hard. Actually, I'm doing that.
Well, there you go. Ross is teaching you something new every day.
He should be the caster.
He is the caster coach.
The caster coach lad.
the casting couch. Windansky still bouncing up and down though, as he is feeling the hype. Obviously very pumped. He's one of these players as well that absolutely thrives off stuff like that on LAN. He loves it. We've seen that for many years.
Years of experience across the exceL roster. Trials, they're the inexperienced player, has the strong aim, and we saw what happened in the 1 versus 3. Gave away the first kill and actually opened up an opportunity for Windansky to take that one.
Moving on from this, their CT half. They know this is where they're at their weakest, right? They can play very staggered here. If they don't allow themselves to get an early lead, it really slips away from them quite fast. It all starts to crumble away. And Infused, they don't mess around their T half. You have that triple threat as we spoke about. You've got Aaron dancing through the server, Mick singing along as he finds headshots, and Fry just doing absolute groundwork. So it's always going to be a risky half for them.
Second half here, the final map of this best of 2. Essentially, Infused win this one, they're pretty much locked for playoffs. exceL, if they win this one, it all comes down to game number 3. Game number 2. Endpoint versus Reason, right? What if Endpoint win 2-0, they'll qualify.
Yeah.
And of course, if Endpoint go 1-1, exceL will make that top 4, I believe. Anyway, Connor buying this smoke and the fuse kit. It's going to be the heavy stack towards that B bomb site, and it's a poor read, just leaving Connor alone. He has no Kevlar as well, so if the push comes towards CT, Infused should be able to take it. If they have control of the after plant position, it's looking like maybe 11-7 scoreline.
Seems like Red Snake has read the situation correctly, as they are going to go for this play towards the A site. Connor is there. As long as he tries to find the opening entry kills and give his teammates enough time to rotate over, that's all they need, as they are going to flood their way through there, but they're not messing about. Look at this heavy aggression towards CT, facing together, investing so much so early.
It's going to be a 4 versus 4, essentially, towards CT now, as the retake begins.
Going to try and flood their way through. Mick with a Glock burst, primed and ready as he wants to try and rip his way through the opposition. Finds a headshot to the meat grinder, coming into effect as he dispatches both of them. Fry will eventually claim that kill back on towards Connor as well. Windansky gets 1. They're left in a 2 versus 3. They are outnumbered, but are they outskilled? That is going to be the question, as Windansky was overwhelmed as he peeks in. Couldn't quite get that frag just yet. Aaron will toy with him as Boaster arrives on the scene, but he's so late to arrive. He does a bit of damage, but eventually falls. Aaron gets the kill. They let it slip away. That's such an important pistol round that they have not claimed.
It is indeed. Pistols go 2 for 2 now for Infused. On the last half, they got instantly reset up at this point. It was 1-1, then 2-1, then 2-2 and whatnot. It's going to be round number 17 now. exceL, they have to potentially try and force this one and get that round back, but instead, look at the eco coming out from exceL on their CT side. We saw this happen on Inferno. If they lose the pistol, they don't force into the second round. They eco it, they eco again into round number 3, so they have the best possible buy into round number 4. This is going to give up so many rounds now to Infused, and so many rounds as well where they can build up so much cash versus the unkevlared pistols.
Making their play in. See if they can find this kill on towards Connor here. He's the P250 lunatic that is going to find that first kill back towards Aaron, but unfortunately there's the trade. It's a Mac 10 as well, so Infused even getting themselves a bit of a cash builder going right now. It's a bonus ball into this round.
4 versus 3. Frag's going to be found by the Mac 10, and exactly that. You want the kills on that submachine gun. Already $1,800 found for trials. Oh, trying to make it even more. But unfortunately for him, Windansky will land a nice headshot there. It's going to be the Mac 10 salvage, but the Mac 10 is not what you want in this scenario. Although, into round number 18, you could drop over that deagle, have a Mac 10, play a bait setup, maybe play towards balcony, the off-flank, have a player jump spot for you, try and bait you. If you get a kill that Mac 10, that's great. That's extra cash, meaning extra utility, or maybe even a diffuse kit into the first buy round.
They need anything, really. Just some kind of lifeline. Obviously, these first few rounds should just be taken by Infused in a dominant fashion. They are winning out a couple of casualties. We see Aaron go down as well. Obviously, Mick falls, so at least they are forcing them to invest into their rebuys. But they should be expected to win these rounds. They pick up the opening pistol, you get this next one for free. That's when the real game begins. But at that point, they're going to be sort of, you know, on that 11-round mark. So it's quite scary.
Yeah, they're going to have the 4-round advantage on their T side. Mac 10. UMP, and then 3 AK is going to be the buy right now from Infused. Obviously, a massive 3K there from Trials versus the Eco will grant them a lot of money. And it's looking like Infused are going to mirror what exceL did versus their Ecos, which is going for the fast B split, and they're going to be met by 4 players from the exceL side.
There's the backstabbing Lazar as well, as he has been armed with a Mac 10 to try and rack up some cash if he spots them off guard, as they are going for this play. It'll be a swift take towards the B site. Just trying to play angles that complement each other right now, but it's Mick just popping heads from the sidelines. So Boaster chimes in with 1, tried to grab the weapon and gets caught off guard because of this, loses his composure with the idea of finding himself that AK so early. Jacob, though, talking about composure, the trigger discipline is through the roof right now, but he pushes in, misses out the headshot, and Trials takes him down the Mac 10. Lazar will eventually arrive. He's a little bit late. But what can he actually do with the Mat 10? Big early tag on towards Trials there.
That kill would be massive for him, especially as the AWP as well. Buying the more expensive gun. If you get one kill here, this will grant you flashbang smoke grenades. What's the point in saving this? I guess he's trying to go to a different angle, try and find exit frags from a different portion of the map. Or trying to bait out the sound cue to try and force them to run at him.
Yeah, I think so. Just try and force them to try and exit together and then actually get a kill that way. He's going to go in late, though. Back towards the site from short. Could possibly find himself a weapon, but it's getting away with the weapons.
He's trying to tag up a player so that they die to the bomb, I believe. But unfortunately for him, they've already gone too far towards short. He's going to come in from the rear. Trials is low. Oh, tries to connect the sprays, tagging him down, but the aim punch is simply too much. It's going to be 11-7. The 3 AKs are salvaged, the UMPs, the submachine guns are taken out of play. Luz are there on your screens. Usually the star AWPer for this side, and currently 7-16. The players stepping up, though, it's going to be Boaster, Connor, and Wendansky.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what I wanted to see. This has been sort of debated if it would be coming to fruition. Obviously, we saw it a little bit on Inferno. You go for the double AWP play. You try and take that risk. You get Connor and Luzza on AWPs. That way you have more control over both of these sites. Situate one towards A, one towards B, and go for those frags that way.
Red Snake towards middle. Going to try and sell control towards that mid portion of the map and force rotations away from jungle and away from connector. And so far it's been a success. AWP though from Connor misses the shot. And gets the second flick though. Here's the man advantage already for exceL.
Doesn't miss twice though, does he? As he starts to do damage once again, takes down Trials, has to reposition. He's scared that someone's going to try and take that mid control, but it's an all-out strike towards the A bomb site. Everyone's flooding through. Wendansky through the smoke is landing tags, but not quite frags just yet, Snods. They've secured the site. They can get themselves into after plants after this, but the CTs are still playing incredibly aggressive.
Unfortunately from MCK, so does go down through the smoke. The spam is warranted. Connor wins the duel versus Fry 1. It's going to be the 2 versus 5.
Too fast to handle right now as Connor sends him off with a concussion after that one. Aaron as well will drop to Boaster. Connor with the final frag. We spoke about that double AWP setup, and you know what? Just give Connor the AWP as he reigns supreme towards the A-bomb site. A hat-trick of frags. And exceL pick up an opening full buy.
The round is important, but what's even more important here, Jack, is the fact that 5 players still alive for that CT side, which means nothing to rebuy. They're going to have money in the bank just in case they lose this one. You can see 3,000, 4,000 onto Boaster. Yes, they're going to spend 1,500 on buying utility. But just having the money and a portion or a position where it can build. If they win this one as well, they're going to reset the money of Infused. And that's how they claw this one back. Make it a 9-11. Win versus the Eco. Make it 10-11. Anyway, 3 players here going towards B apartments. Bomb as well is going to join them. Going to leave Red Snake again alone towards middle. Try and sell that fake. And actually, after the utility is thrown towards mid, Red Snake's going to rejoin the ranks here with his team, and eventually the B play is going to happen. It's going to be Luzza with the AWP and Jacob to hold down the line.
We're actually lucky we didn't see Infused go for a play towards the A-bomb site. If they would have taken deep CT control, Fry's AWP was just left in spawn because they didn't want to run the risk and go for the triple AWP setup.
Oh, I like this setup here. They can bait for Jacob as well towards window. First contact's going to be Luzza's AWP, but actually jumps out the window. They might hear that. Luzza though lands the first shot. One-man advantage again for exceL on their CT side. Exactly the same happened on the last one. It's not looking good for Infused.
Run the risk once again though. He's going to push deep, play close towards the blue chair here as he gets himself down towards the side table. They are repositioning their attack though, Snots.
Yeah, they can go towards underpass, but it's looking like they're getting cold feet. Red Snake close towards short as well. He's managed to mingle his way up there towards CPL, and they're getting close. MCK, the entry fragger right now for the Infused side, leading the charge, but another resmoke comes in. 15 seconds extra is going to be added to the clock, but they're going to walk through the smoke and eventually into Jacob's arms.
He goes straight through. They do have flashbangs. They can try to flash him if they want to run the rest, but they peek straight in. And you can see the confusion there, that extra second where he had to try and flick to try and find the kill, but Red Snake has dispatched Luzza. They have no AWP support towards the site, so it's just a straight up 3 versus 3 retake with the AWP on Connor.
Good use of nades as well from MCK. Will deny the fast retake coming out from exceL. Connor running off shots towards Kitchen, and actually Red Snake sees him through the gap of the smoke. Boaster's out though.
They're on the site, they're trying to cause a stir here. Fry will find that 1 kill back towards Wendansky. Mick takes down Boaster as well. Connor has to get out of there. He just needs to save. They're going to push deep towards CT. They actually might find Fry's AWP as well. It's just left to a CT spawn, but they do back off. They know that they don't want to run the risk of losing too many players into this round, but the peak from short.
Oh,
timing is awful.
Connor going to be saving. AWP sees a double flashbang. Red Snake hot on the pursuit. Oh, he spots the toe sticking out there from Connor towards Palace, and now they know exactly where he is. Fry 1 and MCK going to be joining the ranks in the charge. Connor 34 HP, 2 bullets from the AK will eventually take him down, but I don't think they have enough time here to eventually swarm him. Instead, they will be able to save the AWP into the next one. So, with the salvage drop, they maybe can go for a force buy. They can get 2 M4s, an AWP, some UMPs, maybe a CZ or 5-7. But of course, if they lose that one, that could easily be their last hope gone. And actually they're going to be ecoing it. They're going to be betting all their odds onto round number 22. This should be 13-8 unless Connor goes huge.
That's the thing though, that double AWP setup, sure it might be useful for them, they can actually win rounds off the back of it, but it's not sustainable. It's so expensive. So they had to try and win quite a few rounds, give themselves a buffer, so if they did lose one, they could reinvest into it immediately, which they just couldn't.
Good call here from exceL to make the attack and the commitment towards the B-bomb site. A stack here coming out from exceL towards the A site. Obviously, versus the earlier ecos, Infused went for the B short plays. They thought that Infused were going to change it up and try and catch exceL off guard, but instead, Battle of Chess is won. Can't believe I'm saying this. The Battle of Chess is won by exceL.
It's true. The tactical mind of exceL starts to shine. Snots. That's what he keeps in that head of his, as Connor will find the opening frag back on towards Trials, leaving them in a 4 versus 5. Connor still just waiting for more potential picks right now, just hoping to do damage with the AWP, set his teammates up to actually run the risk of pushing in. He had to be the frontline infantry to find the cracks and really chisel away at them. Boaster was on the site with the AK, went for the confidence play, but they're starting to fall. At this point, Connor needs to back off. The rest of them can actually push in and try and find these kills.
It's going to be the 4 versus 3. Obviously, Connor now can try and play for Exis, but obviously, that AWP is so valuable in terms of pure cash. Going to be peeking up towards short spots. Fry 1. Oh, he's going to have to land a nice headshot here. Whiffs the shot. Balls out the CZ, has enough time, and actually lands a double dink there to take
towards
it
the top mid.
There he has it. It's going to be a Red Snake taking down the AWP. I think I've heard the swap happen. Does he save the AWP? He has, just about. So, Lazza, the man you want building the AWP, did save the weapon into round number 22. And it's going to be the AWP onto Connor as well. That's enough to actually buy up Kevlar. It's going to be the double M4. Double AWP setup. And now Boaster buys in for. So 3 M4s, 2 AWPs. Kit onto Boaster, utility onto a few players, but they are lacking onto the AWPers. And the fast play towards A could definitely catch exceL off guard here. Boaster's going to smoke it and get play close towards ramp.
Boaster is ready for the push to come towards it, peeks out early, spots Trials, tries to go for the wallbang, but unfortunately lets it slip. Connor will find 1 kill, tries to make it the second, but can't quite compose himself enough yet. Snots to do the damage with the weapon in his hands.
Infused are low though, the 3 versus 4 begins. The man advantage and the health is so low. Even together, as an aggregate, it's probably around 100, so right now they need to land the headshots fast.
They do. This retake could happen at any moment. exceL, they've got the composure, they've got the timing, and they've got the weaponry, most importantly. When Dansky and Jacob, the 2 with the rifles, need to be the ones that actually enter. They double play together here. Fry and Trials. The Molotov comes in, it forces them both out. They just peek out. Short Trials finds 1 kill, but the trade's there from Lazza as he does damage with the weapon that he made a name with himself for. Jacob as well, the final frag back on towards Red Snake. They grab the kits, get the defuse. exceL get round number 9.
Yeah, poor after plant positions there from Infused in that 3 versus 4. Obviously the smokes are dissipated towards jungle and towards stairs, so it was too risky just to try and risk it back towards ramp or palace. Oh, that's a big 2K there from Connor. I mean,
look at that. That's a really nice shot there from Lazza as well.
Yeah, both the AWPs right now in play, definitely prevailing. Jacob, 6 kills and 19 deaths. Usually Mirage is a map he's very strong on. As long as he's the one calling the shots on that CT side, that's what he's here for. Across the board as well, I think so far, I mean, the first 3 weeks, Red Snake, to put it bluntly, was rather awful. And ever since I spoke to him, he said that he changed his style of approach in terms of like his mental fortitude going into the games. I remember like seeing him at the bar or whatever, he'd be like, oh, gonna lose tomorrow, or, oh, I'm gonna play awful. We might win if I don't play awful, whatever. And he always had the negative mindset going into the games. And then ever since he changed that, and he felt more confident before the matches, he also delivered more confident plays and more kills as soon as that round began.
Well, this is the thing. A lot of people on his shoulders as well. They're saying Red Snake needs to step up. Red Snake needs to bring the pain, really start to do some work. And it was never really coming to fruition. It always looked lackluster. But after last week, Red Snake really started to seem like he was actually putting 100% effort in, finding these frags, playing with confidence. Like Luke Critical Green once said, Snods, Counter-Strike is confidence. Without confidence, you've already lost.
Luke Critical Green. Anyway, round number 23, 13-9. Now, only 4 rounds separated these 2 teams. Infused going to go the 5. AK by once again, no AWP to play for that T side, but the AWPs have been so prevalent right now for exceL on their CT side. The AWPs onto Connor and Lazza have really been the difference makers so far into these rounds. This could easily be 14-8 and a reset for exceL if Connor and Lazza didn't go huge. Terrorist side now, getting ready to execute towards the A site. The reason for this is they know they're playing the double AWP setup towards A. They want to warden off the AWPs, section them and quarantine them away essentially towards jungle, towards stairs and towards CT, get the bomb down and have good after plant positions, and force an awkward retake for the CT side with the AWPs.
Pushes are starting to come through. Gepso's ready to now burst out on towards that bomb site, swarm in from all angles and really overwhelm the opposition. Connor will find one, but Mick trades it back. Boaster forced to fall back as well, as the site has been grabbed incredibly early on.
They can plant for middle here as well. And they're going to plant in front of triple. MCK, they have to have control of connector and control of jungle right now. Otherwise the bomb, actually no, because it's planted front triple, it's actually planted for ramp as well. So this is such a good position now for Infused.
This is really good. The setup's coming to the table as they are just holding, waiting for this CT retake to actually be mounted. The CT's looking timid though, so they're eventually going to make their play over. Mick peeks out, sets Windansky up on a date with the coroner as he finds that opening headshot. Fry is ready as well as ever so slightly the push will start to come in. They're tiptoeing in. Jacob gets the trade, but they can't really play the trade game, so they don't have the manpower to do so. Luzza will find the flick, but he gets overwhelmed by Trials on short. They've got round number 14. They're 2 rounds away from winning this one. neaLaM loving it right now as he gets hyped behind Mick.
He knows that Mick is the reason they won that round. He gets the first kill towards jungle for the T side. He kills the AWPer. They have control of jungle. He gets that second kill as well to stop and warden off the retake. Those 2 kills were so crucial. Boaster found that kill as well. The first kill was actually found by the CT side. It was a 4 versus 5 before MCK found the kill towards jungle. And what that meant was the bomb couldn't be planted for CT. As soon as MCK found the kill onto jungle, that allowed the bomb to be planted in such an open position to allow after plants towards sandwich, ramp, jungle, and connector to be viable.
I like this as well. You take the pause even when you have the very dominant lead. You slow it down a little bit and try and set yourself up, compose yourself.
Exactly that. I was about to say, one of the reasons or one of the issues of being so hyped up is, you know, all the adrenaline's pumping through you. You're shaking sometimes. Well, obviously, the camera's on Fry 1, as I say, that the most composed person there is. But yeah, anyway, when they have the adrenaline rush, sometimes your aim's shaking, you're not really feeling it. And what it does as well, for the mental, well, you're doing damage mentally as well to exceL.
Yeah.
Infused have won around, they're screaming, they're shouting, they've taken a pause, and for that whole minute, you have to realize the situation you're in.
Has Trials blue tacked his mouse cable?
Yeah,
doesn't have a mouse
Jenko does that as well. They sellotape it to their monitor, because if you play with your mouse really close to your monitor, you have it. Yeah.
If you pixel sniffing, there it is. That's a nice view.
Yeah, it's so that your mouse cable doesn't hit
Someone
your
needs to sponsor him for a mouse bungee. You know, Tanky brings his electric razor to LAN and holds his mouse cable down with that. That's how he wins LANs, mate. Good old Tanky.
Lovely guy. Anyway, it's going to be the EK. Oh, wow, the EK come out from exceL, so they're really banking on a 6-round streak. They're going to allow Infused to get to match point. Stack again towards underpass and towards B. Sorry, towards A. Means that once again, neaLaM's won the Battle of Chess here. Ross and Jacob are playing checkers. Well, neaLaM's playing chess.
But Red Snake's in the rib, but it doesn't matter. He gets spotted out as he tried to sliver in behind, and Windansky will punish him, grabs that AK as well, but they've already got site control, Snods. It's going to be the retake. They don't have armor. They don't have anything to their name. Windansky's the only one with a rifle, and Trials will start the party as he finds the headshot back on towards Boaster.
I don't think Infused realised the fact that exceL were going to take the eco here. There it is, man. Man? There it is! Frags, it's going to be 4 versus 1. I just heard neaLaM said nice. Man. Yeah, I heard neaLaM just shout, nice, man. There we go. Anyway, it's going to be 15-9. Match point now for the T side as Infused are 1 away. Match point from making top 4 and securing £10,000. Unless something crazy happens later on today.
Going for the bulldog calls. Keeping it short and sweet. Yeah. That's what you got to do.
That's what you got to do. You got to keep it nice and simple so you don't clog up the comms.
That's true.
So, I'm trying to think right now. What's the scenario where...
Fist bump there from Aaron. Oh, a little bit delayed, but he eventually gets it.
Yeah. What's the scenario here for... is it Endpoint? Who's currently on 6 points? Is it Endpoint, right?
So Endpoint could have made it through if exceL were to 2-0 this series.
No, that's I think Infused... Actually, wait.
Endpoint need exceL to 2-0.
Really? So they're 100% out. So it's 100% Infused.
If Infused win this, I'm pretty sure it's 100% Infused.
Well, Infused will win a round difference anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a 30 advantage in terms of round difference, so they should be able to take this one. Anyway, though, it's going to be round number 25. 4 M4s. Well, chucking in an AK as well onto Windansky, which was saved instead of the last one. All to play now for exceL. Execution towards A. Boaster alone towards the A side. This can't end well.
Boaster's ready for the push to come through, but will he actually keep their tournament lives? Still alive and kicking. Unfortunately, he falls. Red Snake with the one to send him off. Connor trying to do damage as well with the AWP, but he just can't quite find anything.
Oh no, it's going to be the after plant. towards CT right now from Infused. Molotov comes off to warden off Connector, and now Luz has to go huge. It's the only real silver lining they have into this one. Trials has eventually go down. It's going to be the 4 versus 3, all to play for. exceL, they have to take this one.
Lazar with a backstab sets them back up into an advantage into this round, but they still have to get the retake off. Snods, they have to just overwhelm them, swarm together, but they're all playing towards CT. So Connor finds the opening frag, but they might not be aware of this, not expecting him to play this clumped in towards CT. The peek comes through, Meek gets 1 kill, tries to do more as well as he just rattles away with this AK-47. A flashbang goes in to try and delay them.
They're sticking it.
They are on the... No! Jacob gets the deep somehow. Mick doesn't connect the shot.
Oh, is it not landed? That's going to be 15 to 10, and somehow, some way, exceL is still kicking into this one. It's going to be round number 26. 5 more chances for exceL to force overtime and potentially make the top 4 position. MCK, he was tapping too fast on the head of whichever player that was from the CT side defusing. If he had just waited a millisecond before going for the tap, that would have been an easy headshot, and the game would have been won, and this would have been 16 to 9.
My goodness. What a mess of a round there. Into the late bit. You just couldn't see Mick being able to connect the shots. Didn't work out like that. exceL keep themselves alive, but they still need to get 5 on the trot. Back to back.
Connor peeking towards the middle of the AWP. No AWP for Lazar. They're actually going to be wielding the primary AWP onto Connor, giving him the responsibilities. Lazar and Jacob again going for the aggressive play towards B-Apps, but they could spell the end.
Lazar with a rifle. Knows how to perform though. That's where you give it to him because he starts to run absolutely rampant. Finds the double dink. Takes them both down. Snods hopefully he doesn't extend here though. Switches out to the AK-47, but will hold back. If he goes overconfident, it could be their downfall.
HE comes in. We'll do a little bit of damage, but I believe it was only 8 damage. Red Snake finds 1 onto Windansky. Still a winnable round here for Infused on their T side. Connor with the AWP playing towards Connector. He has to cross towards short. Red Snake instead going to be going towards T-spawn. Actually, Charles get tagged up. They're going to be falling back now, and Luz would have spotted the bomb.
Got to resituate themselves. Try and work out how they actually want to approach this round and work out what they want to do. Connor is playing aggressive towards Connector. They have actually smoked it as well. Deep towards their side Connector post the choke point. So Mick could walk in. It just depends if he spots out Connor. If he's double scoped in, he might not actually spot him.
He shouldn't be. Anyway, now, let's see if MCK can catch Connor off guard. He steps. He knows it's towards stairs. Actually lands the wallbang. It's a 3 versus 3. Charles is low, but this is definitely winnable. All down to Boast as he whiffs the shots towards stairs.
Boasted with a famous, but he's not making himself famous with that play as he misses away. This is ridiculous, Nods. They have to step up right now as they've got that side control. They go for the aggressive play. Mick deep towards CT. It's a 3-man retake from CT. They have 2 flashbangs to aid them, but they've got the kit on JKM.
Luckily for exceL, though, Red Snake and Charles are low. MCK, the only player here having HP in the scenario. After plants are decent towards sandwich ramp and firebox.
Going to start to push their way through. Everyone is in good afterplants, but he finds the first kill. He's very hungry as he takes down Trials. Playing towards Sandwich. They pick up the round. They stay alive. 11 rounds now in the bank for exceL. neilem wants to close it out. The frustration started to shine through. Why aren't we winning this? Why aren't we shutting down the game now? They do not want this to go to overtime.
15 to 11 now. Another pause coming in. Probably going to be from Infused. Yep, it is indeed Infused. So, you get 4, obviously. 4 1-minute pauses. You got to try and utilize them to the best of your ability. We see them take pauses when they win rounds. And now let's see what they're going to say after they've lost them.
This was the round with JKM where Mick was trying to kill him from CT.
He's on 21.
Defuse.
AK does 27 and 1. 1 bullet in the body, head, anything would have been match point in the game 1 for Infused.
No one wanted to face that. The smoke was down. No one wanted to try and push through. Obviously, they only had the 2 players left. The angle was covered. Just trying to spam through the door as he went for the jump face, but just couldn't connect the shots. Mick, he's going to be frustrated off the back of that one.
What are they thinking about right now? Bomb did go down. They could be contemplating a buy here. Weighing up the odds of maybe 3 or 4 AKs and a Tech 9 versus a full eco here, allowing exceL to get to 15 to 12, and then from that, getting the 4 buy with an AWP as well onto Fry 1 if they do deem it fit. Anyway, Ross there, the coach, doesn't do as much of the calling like neilem does. Does more of the tactical. See, this is the thing, right? neilem said himself, he doesn't really do too much during the week, but on the Saturday does the calling, whereas Ross is the complete opposite. Doesn't do much of the calling, but does all the work and the strategy throughout the week and sets up the reads, the heat maps, the counter strats.
Ross is more of your Jakey in that sort of type of
From endpoint, yeah.
Yeah.
The endpoint coach, of course. Anyway, Connor trying to rattle shots through the smoke. It's going to be the quasi-buy come out from Infused, and already the first is found as Lazar sprays down 2 players.
This is perfect as well. They need to go through this with no casualties, Nods. Keep themselves building some kind of bank to play with, because if they lose these weapons, even though Infused just have to win that round, if they start to chip away at them, find a couple of kills here and there, and they get through to a round where they don't have 5 rifles across the board, it's not really going to be in their favour. So they have to continuously get these rebuys out if they find casualties.
5 versus 1, MCK last alive. They're going to know where he is. Towards the bomb. Jacob towards balcony. Spots at MCK as well, goes for the reface. Lazar will chime in and aid his teammates. It's going to be 15 to 12. 3 rounds now is all it takes for overtime.
I wonder if I actually see that investment there, obviously, as well, because if they lose 1 round, they're out of this. If they would try and run that risk, buy into the double up
towards.
They have. They bought into it.
Lazar, 7 to 16 was his score in the first half, and right now it's 19 to 20. Been stepping up exactly when exceL need him. But already, round number 28, the buy is going to be happening right now for Infused. 3 AKs and 2 Tech 9s.
The only thing I'm scared of, Snods, what if this could be actually a misplay? Because we've seen how aggressive Lazar's been getting towards that B bomb site, and that's really been kind of the difference maker in some of these rounds, playing with that confidence tempo play towards B. Now he has to try and taper himself back, really just play more of an offensive angle, situate himself towards short.
3 players towards top middle. Going to be seeing MCK towards underpass. This could easily be the B split, exactly what we saw come out from exceL to catch Red Snake and MCK off guard towards B. But enough is enough. It's going to be 2 AWPs right now for the CT side, 2 AKs and the M4 to Jacob. Utility is low as well right now for that T side. You can see only 2 more smokes in place. They can't execute onto a site. They have to just brute force their way into this one. Connor, if he lands the first shot here, this could be OT.
Oh, he misses it though. He couldn't quite connect the shot. And Infused don't react off the back of this. They're not going to show their hand just yet. They still play it close to their chest, but the peek comes through from Windansky. Gets one, but he overextends. But luckily enough, the timing works in his favor as he's able to just slide back, smoke it off, keep himself alive. Look at Frag trying to go for the contact play. Towards connector though.
Bomb going to be resituating itself back towards the A side. They're going to leave the bomb alone though. 3 players here towards connector, the man advantage for exceL, and here comes the assault and the commitment. Connor lands the shot.
Connor getting one as the push comes in. They now know they've got jungle control, but Connor tries to peek up at Aaron. Lands a swift bullet right between his eyes. It's all on Boaster towards Sandwich to actually try to throw the round for the Boaster with a double kill. Hungry for the hat trick as they push in. Boaster will get it. Rage it, Boaster, as he does damage. The A site is being locked down by the man himself.
It was a 3 versus 3, but there you have it. Boaster himself, the loudest player probably in the UK, in terms of who's playing, of course.
Well, that's why his last name's Howlett, mate. He absolutely loves to howl.
Is it?
Yeah.
Didn't even know that one. The more you know.
Boaster Facts. Subscribe to Boaster Facts now.
Subscribe to twitch.tv/Boaster, I guess? Whatever it is.
Yeah,
probably. 15 to 13. It's going to be the eco coming out from Infused. They're going to leave it all to play for into round number 30. High risk, high reward. As of course, ecoing this one, it should be 15 to 14. Then it all comes down to round number 30. Going to be putting their grenades, and it's going to be the burst through Palace to try and swarm the site, and they're playing retake here. So of course, if the bomb goes down, if they get that first kill towards Boaster towards CT, and they have the man advantage, there's still a chance.
They're quite far back. Oh, they're going to be able to actually pick this one up. It'll be an all-out swarm. He's getting the tags off, but no real frags being converted just yet. They do have utility to attempt to retake this, but the aggressive push from Aaron works out. Takes down Boaster, but he cannot scavenge the weapon. The nade's going to go in as well. Try and transfer some splash damage towards them. They are a man down, Snods, but it's an equal situation.
4 versus 4 now. Fry 1 towards Palace could be the difference maker in this scenario. There's going to be no utility run out for the T side. They have to peek individually. Red Snake's going to be going all the way around, so he's going to be going back towards middle to try and catch the players off guard towards connector.
Trials ready for the push to come towards him. We'll try and tap away with the Tech 9, but can't quite connect the shots. Aaron's going to have to be the one to do the damage, but they're left with just 2 men remaining. It's all on Red Snake. They're going for the all-out defuse. They're sticking it. Red Snake gets the kill, but it's not the kill he needed to find. It's a 10-second defuse.
Pressure mounting onto Infused shoulders. It's going to be 50 to 14 now. 1 round away for exceL to forcing overtime and getting ever so closer to making it to playoffs.
Infused won't be enfused, but this might be going to OT right now.
Yes. You're good at these name puns of Infused. What else can you conjure up?
I don't know. It's gone.
There you go.
Gone.
Well, I'll give you one more round.
Infused chance of qualifying for playoffs.
Maybe. Of course, they have the 15 to 9 advantage. They've so far thrown away 5 of them.
Here's actually a talking point as well. This is brilliant for Endpoint because this is going into OT. This could really start to affect the round difference.
Yeah, you're right, actually. They lost the first map in a convincing fashion. That's already 10 rounds.
Yeah.
So that's 21.
If this goes to OT, it could really start to mess with them, Snods.
So, push here from Boaster. Should get all the information they need. You can see his crosshair shaking as the pressure is here onto round number 30. Aggression now towards B. Surely someone should rotate back towards the B bomb site. Lazar, though, with the AWP holding the line. He has to land the first kill here.
Lazar They're ready to strike at the right moment. Just depends how they play it. They do have utility. They could try and flash peek out, go for more aggressive face. Mick goes for the crouch peek, but he's ready for it. Adjusts his cross ever so slightly as he lowers himself down, removes him. This is them trying to force it into OT. Snots, look at the back pick. This could all be on Boaster. Boaster can close this out right now as they flood towards him. Boaster's ready. Red's taking his pants around his ankles as he finds the opening kill. Drops off, ready to try and do even more. Boaster ripping his way through all of them. Unfortunately, will fall to trials, but it's 2 versus 4. They're outnumbered 2-1. exceL could take it to OT.
Round number 30, Aaron and Trials in the 2 versus 4. So far, so good coming out from exceL. 5 rounds of the Tron. It's looking like they're going to make it 6 hit, as they are heavy favorites into this round. If it goes to overtime as well, the mental fortitude should be lacking from Infused, giving away 6 match points.
Trying to push their way in. Or will Windansky go out on a whim, or will he actually be able to pick this round up as he's hunkered down in a good position? Peeks out, Windansky gets one, double faces Windansky with a second! The hype is there! They forced it into overtime. They are feeding off these rounds right now as they do clutch it out. They're so close as we move on now into the first round of overtime.
You can see what this means to them. neaLaM can't even look at the camera, ashamed as to the throw that's just happened. Being the IGL and cooler, you can take all the credit you want for when Infused are winning, but you have to take the blame as well when they do lose.
It's a bigger throw than Windansky lobbing his headset after winning the round.
You're right there, mate. You are right. Let's see if exceL are going to be making it to top 4, or they're going to descend to 5th. They are going to overtime. 1st to 19 wins this one. Pickles there, going to be walking into the crowd. He's praying with his hands next to his face. Of course, if exceL win this one, Endpoint could be in the running to make top 4.
Who knew it would come down to a battle of Boaster versus Pickles, even towards the playoffs?
There you go.
Look at Boaster. He is
loving
it. Absolutely hyped up right now. Windansky trying to compose himself after that one.
Oh my goodness, he can't even...
He's struggling to
How is he supposed to hold his mouse if he can't even put his earbuds in?
He's going to be shaking.
Oh, dearie me. He loves the caffeine pills. He wants to be ready, hyped, and focused. Doesn't want to take any chances.
Neil, though, absolutely somber. Blank expression on his face, just done. It's Mick doing all the talking, and there he is.
There he is.
All the
Pickles on your screen. Can we get a shot, Pickles? Come on, there he is, praying right now.
Once his boy Boaster going for the win. The Endpoint crew there, ads just to the left as well, the owner of the organisation.
That's actually Pete, mate.
Well, no, next to Pete.
Oh, yeah,
there was
next to
ads.
Pete. Yeah.
Come on, mate.
Yeah, come
I know
on.
my endpoints.
Look.
It's the
So
endpoint
do
of your
I.
career.
Yeah, it was. And here I am now. Oh, dearie me. Still waiting for overtime, of course, for Windansky to eventually be ready and calm himself down. Usually when we see exceL play, he's shaking, he's jittering, he's moving his chair back and forth. The pure adrenaline. Boaster as well going to be resetting his earbuds. Of course, you know, you're playing for an hour or whatnot. Those in-ears can
get that bit of in-ear
they get
pain.
really uncomfortable,
You get
especially
really
with the
warm
headsets
ears.
as well.
Yeah. They're quite sweaty.
Yeah, they push the in-ears in even more.
I remember, I think it was Shox, got an in-ear stuck in his ear once. And Messioso had to cut it out.
What?
Yeah, had to cut the cable off because it was like stuck in there and they couldn't get it out. Oh no, it was the, you know, the inner bit of the in-ear, the little silicon bit. That got stuck inside his eardrum.
Jesus.
Nightmare. neaLaM though, just looking so sad.
It's a nightmare for him as well, isn't it?
This is
He's not even going to be here next week, is he?
might not be.
No, he's going off to Vegas, going on holiday to watch the McGregor fight.
Well, we're going to see if they will actually be able to qualify for this or if it is going to be exceL that can try and deny that.
Who knows? Maybe if exceL win this, Infused can join him
Yeah, it's true.
on the holiday. So, a lot of storylines going into this overtime. Winner of this one essentially has a running chance of making top 4. exceL, they win this one, and Endpoint going to go 1-1 or 0-2. exceL make top 4. Infused to take this map, and they are going to be claiming that playoff spot. And £2,000 each. 10,000 in total, but £2,000 each. Anyway, here it comes. First round of OT. Infused are going to be sticking on that T side. That could actually be very detrimental.
This is what I was just thinking, right? exceL, they have that overtime cash. They can invest into the AWP, but they need to try and get these rounds right now because the risk factor is, in an overtime situation like this, if you lose those AWPs, they basically cannot buy for the 3rd round of OT on their first half.
Bomb towards ramp. Alongside him is going to be Trials. Aaron towards Palace as well. Red Snake throws the nades towards middle and eventually going to be rejoining the ranks towards the A side. They're going to leave MCK alone towards underpass to bring in the lurk eventually once the execution does land towards A. They're going to be going for this execute. It worked for them the previous rounds. They get the bomb down. It's the after plans that have been lacking so far for Infused.
Smoke's going to soar over as they once again want to try and go for this play towards the site. Do attempt to block it off. The nades are going to roll in. Connor gets the opening frag back towards Aaron as they already have the one-man advantage into this round. Look at this. Infused look timid as they slowly try and take that map control. Not the normal aggressive burst towards CT that we've been seeing repeated round and round again.
Plant's going to come in. It's planted for ramp here, but Windansky towards window. Should be able to find the frag onto MCK. Goes in towards connector, and they know exactly where he is. Going to smoke himself off as well. Smart play here. But you have Connor there with the op towards jungle. Should be able to find the frag. Maybe turn into a 5 versus 3.
Windansky keeping him busy as well. Look at this playing the mind games. We've been forcing him to fall back a little bit right now, but they have to try and react soon. They do have free kits, and they have the AWPs for the retake as well, but it's going to be awkward. The Molotov goes in, they force him out. Loza gets the shot as per usual, up to his old tricks. Red Snake is hunkered down by Sandwich, ready for him to swarm across, but the smoke's going in. Poster removes him. Windansky peeks out, but Mick will eliminate him. It's all left on Fry now, playing towards ramp. The bomb is being diffused. They get it, but they go down. They lose one of those AWPs. The thing is here, Connor has to reinvest now into an M4, and he needs to keep that, or else he will not be able to buy it into the third round.
16-15. exceL now 3 away from taking this one in overtime. First to 19.
That's risky.
What is it? Oh,
Full
yeah, look
investment.
at that, $50. Of course, if they lose this one, though, and it does go to 16-16, I believe someone can drop him a weapon into the next one. But of course, that's all hearsay. We're not actually sure of that. 3 AWPs been bought already after just 2 rounds of OT for exceL on the CT side. Infused going to be going for the 5 AK buy once again. No AWP for them. They've tried the A site so many times, and time after time again, they get the bomb down. They have the after plants, but they let it slip at that point. They're not playing crossfires, they're not double phase, they're not peeking with flashbangs or utility. Instead, they allow exceL just to storm the sites and roll over them.
Looking at Infused, this one going to take a page out of exceL's book on their T side. You get the smoke towards mid, short flashbang going through. You then take your approach round, but Windansky is actually here, just waiting for the right moment to strike through the backline. They're not clearing it, even they're just running straight in. He's making so much noise. How is no one reacting to this right now as he charges in from behind? Fine, once it's Lazara to have done all the damage already. Everyone is falling. It's trapped on Mick, but it's towards Ace Nods. He's miles away.
MCK now on the 1 versus 2. Infused would be so upset if they lose this one and finish 5th. I mean, all these weeks, they were so confident and cocky and being arrogant in the player room and the green room giving it. And the fact that they were going to make top 4 and it's looking like Karma's going to come back around.
It's true, mate. As it's just on Mick. He was miles away. Might as well have been in Cuba, how far away he was there. Living it up with Thomas as he eventually arrives on the scene. They're ready to do some damage as he is going to peek out. He's got 35 seconds to try and find both of these kills and win the round for Infused. He will slowly tiptoe through. He has the AK ready. And a tad of utility, the flashbang and the molly. Windansky isn't focusing towards their Connor as well, just thinking that he is going to be coming in from the rotate towards the A site. The Molotov goes out, so he has given his position away now. They know where he is. He dives out trying to gain control of the bomb. Windansky will spot him out, but he loses his head. But Connor with a trade frag with the AWP.
17-15, a 2-round advantage into overtime. Infused maybe broke into the final round of the first half of the first overtime. Round number 33. Pickles there, still believing. Here we go. Round number 34, actually, sorry. Round number 44. 5 AKs once again. Infused have had the bomb plants, but not the round wins. They need to convert the after plants into their success, and they need 16 on the board. If this ends 15-18, exceL will have 3 chances at match point, and it was 15-9. It's been, oh my goodness. It's looking like it might be 9 rounds of the trot here from the CT side of exceL.
Windansky opening it up straight away from the smoke. Windansky with a double kill as well. Red Snake wants to try and take it out, but Windansky gets another one, and Connor comes in. It's all left on trials as he is going to just try and make his approach towards the bomb site. Sure, he has the bomb snods, but he can't ever make his approach through. There's too many angles, too many positions where the CTs can just pop out, take him down. They can play for trades. They can play this however they want to. They have such a firm grasp onto the round and trials, no matter how much he attempts to make them budge. Shouldn't be able to do so. Does get the first frag, tries to get the second as well as he rips off a tremendous amount of shots towards Connor. But Connor peeks, tagging him down with the pistol as well. You can see the mind games coming into effect. He's losing all composure as he begins to panic.
Molly comes out towards triple. Finds the kill eventually onto Connor, but still a 1 versus 3. Windansky's low. All flashbang towards jungle. Luz is not blind. There's the cross with AWP. Gonna smoke it though. No players towards CT right now, so Trials could go for the plant, but a poor smoke means a poor round and a poor half coming out for Infused. It's 15-8. 3 match points now for exceL.
And exceL, normally at their weakest, they're, you know, you can just break your way through them so easily on their CT half, but their CT half has been dominant. You get the 3 rounds off in your first round of overtime. All they have to do is win 1 to close this out on their T half snods. I think you've got to be believing that exceL are going to excel their way through and close this out in a 2-0 fashion now.
If they do, if this finishes 15-19, that would mean 10 rounds in a row lost for Infused on their T side. And I said it before, Neil M, he constantly says the success from Infused is his calling on the T side. Yes, when you're winning, you can take all the credit, but you have to take the blame as well for when you're losing.
Exactly. There's been nothing, no ingenuity there. They just didn't switch it up. They did the same old every time. You were gaining control of that A bomb side, but that doesn't matter if you're losing it out every round. There's Jakey as well, the coach for Endpoint, hoping that their tournament lives might still be working their way through.
Internship, of course. It's going to be 18 to 15, match point. 3 chances for exceL, the closest one out on the T side. Let's see what they're going to go for into this final round here as we go into round number 35. Tech9 for Laz are obviously going to be dropped the AWP, so they are going to be fully buying into this one. Or not.
Yeah. What's Laz's spawn here as well? What's he going for?
He's going to be peeking towards Palace. So, he's going to be one towards Palace. Laz having the good spawn as well, going to be expecting a play there from the CT side, but no one getting aggressive just yet. Actually, no, Laz went towards B, sorry, I misread that one. So, Wendansky towards Palace. Jacob, Laz towards B apartments once again. Red Snake, MCK playing towards B. They're playing passive, so the weakness from the CT side in the first half from Infused was definitely that B side, the B splits. It's looking like exceL going to be repeating that once again.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're going for. You get the one smoke out towards mid window early. We see the flash go through from Boaster as they take early mid control. Connor then does the re-smoke, and then they take their approach up short. So this could be them closing the game out right now.
5 versus 5 still. 50 seconds left on the clock. The bomb towards top mid. Jacob slowly but surely making his way up underpass. He can smoke towards connector now. Molly towards short. Flash into CPL. Flash up short. And the same old, same old. But look at this. Trials as they push in towards CT spawn. They're going to have all the information they need. And now there's 3 players there from the CT side hunkered down towards the B side to fend off any opposition.
Trials might be behind, but the thing is, if they overwhelm and go for their classic play towards the B bomb site, he's going to be late to achieve too much. But they're going for more of a split play here as well. They're going to get in through shop. This time it completely cuts off any support from the CT half. But Trials is eventually there. Spots out one. He gets the kill towards Jacob and backs off. This will play with them.
1-man advantage now for Infused, but actually Connor's going to equalize it. 4 versus 4 now as they come and push in towards the B bomb site.
Starting to flood their way through. Red Snake gets spotted out and he's forced to fall back as he wants to reposition, but gives the game away. But he eventually gets the kill. Fry as well chimes in with a frag. Back on towards Connor. Boaster takes down Red Snake, but they have to get the plant right now. They've got 8 seconds, Nods. They have to commit to the plant absolutely now, and Lazar falls because of it.
16 to 18, 2 more now for Infused. They cannot win this one in first overtime. The best they can ask for is overtime. Well, a second overtime essentially. They can't win it in regulation. They can't win it in first overtime. They have to take it in second OT if they want a chance at this one. It's going to be 2 more chances though for exceL to close this one out. They have money as well in the bank. They're going to be pausing it. So, if you're exceL right now, what do you go for? You just tried to go for the B split, but that kill found by Red Snake, the push in from Trials, I imagine you could go for a default again. exceL had success on the T side by going for the slow defaults towards middle, holding for the pushes towards Palace ramp, mid, and then B apps. And then eventually you'd have the smoke from Wendansky. 50 seconds left on the clock. They'll take mid control. But unfortunately, they had a player leave A ramp too early.
Lazar's got a nice spawn towards A ramp though if he does want to try and go for the pick. They do have the cash to invest into that AWP if he wants to try and go for more of a contact play. We've seen him do it in the past. He has been able to find some success. Infused not really playing that up close and personal either though. Playing more situated towards jungle. Yep. So there's always that potential if they want to go for a very fast tempo round. But exceL seem like they're going to keep it very slow and steady into OT.
So far, the MVP of this best of 2 for me has been Connor. On Inferno, the incredible entries he had, multiple 3K entries towards the sites. Also, got to be thinking about how strong his AWP has been on Mirage. Not only is he top fragging, but he's finding the most valuable kills. He's not getting the kills when it's a 4 versus 1. He's not getting the kills versus the ecos or the exit frags. These have all been substantial rounds. Substantial kills in very crucial rounds.
Not going to be going for any ridiculous plays though. Keeping it simple right now as they set themselves up. They're going to go for the smokes as well. Just the aggressive mid take with the split towards A. Oh, they're going to go for the connector push, Nods.
Might work. 3 players towards A right now, so they're going to be ready for this. They're giving up mid control. MCK now towards shot, could maybe catch a player off guard, but Fry 1. He's in towards middle, he's towards Palace.
Oh, but he has to try and resituate. He can't just get scoped in. So Lazar will spot up the headshot back on towards Trials. Fry drops down, but they don't know where he is. He's given the position. We get sidelined by Boaster. They take him down. It's just left on 3 remaining members. Aaron, Red Snake, and Mick have to try and close this one out. They're miles away. The bomb has been planted. And look at the aggression here towards CT.
The after plan is so good right now for exceL. As Boaster finds the frag onto Red Snake. It's a 4 versus 2. They have control of the bomb and the after plan. This is looking like a 19 to 16.
This should be exceL closing it out, picking it up in a 2-0 fashion right here on Mirage. It seemed like Infused were going to win it, but all of a sudden they've let it slip away. The kill comes out, Luz will find the frag back on the wall. Darren Mick does damage, but it's nowhere near enough. He would have to try and mount the retake all on his lonesome right now as he storms his way through, gets into the elevated angle, struggling to find a headshot. He falls to Booster. He closes out the series in a 2-0 fashion. They get the second map win. exceL dominate it, and they lock out Infused.
Endpoint there, chirpy as ever. The praise from Pickles have been answered. It's given the 2-0 from exceL. So now, I believe that's Infused knocked out the Elite Series as they're going to finish 5th.